Hi all! Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. To start with, I saw this article. I'm not kidding. I literally spit my coffee out onto my keyboard because Sunshine Sachs apparently put out this article that claims that Meghan Markle has the best celebrity voice to calm and motivate listeners, while her, quote, slow, deliberate tone is perfect for podcasts and audiobooks. For those of us who have seen her on her Zoom calls with Harry and we've listened to her talk, this was our reaction. Now, Ken said he would rather listen to nails on a chalkboard. I'm with you on that, Ken. That works for me. And MJC pointed out that her voice was good for, unmentionables. Now, this next story came out where Meghan and Harry announced a few new projects, and most critics believe that these are just examples of the two of them being actually very manipulative. Here's a perfect example, which was given in the article. Meghan's 40 by 40 project, which, by the way, she stole from Nelson Mandela. And this is what they said, quote, "When you do these kinds of things, you have to pick and choose carefully. You have to come across as sincere. The problem is they're trying to build the brand of we're very caring, loving people. But the way they've behaved over the last 6 to 12 months towards their own family has been the exact opposite of loving and caring." For instance, this is all supposed to be about helping women, but look at the way she attacked Catherine, who can't even defend herself in public. Look at the way she's ghosted all of her female friends. You don't see her helping any of them. There's also the fact that she's completely tone deaf, as you can see from above, because that's absolutely spot on. It says, I want to wear a $700 cardigan, a $400 wife beater, $500 sweatpants, $1,000 Manolos, $5,000 worth of jewelry, and I want to sit at a $2,000 table, and I'm going to throw a $1,200 Hermes blanket, and it's for a compassionate scripted video for women who can't afford any of these things. That is spot on. Now, this next story was put out by Omid Scobie. It kind of struck me. He actually wrote that Andrew is innocent until proven guilty. What I'm pointing out on this is, what does it say at the bottom about who can reply? Because it seems that Omid has made it where nobody can reply anymore to any of his posts, or only certain people are allowed to reply. Does anybody out there know what's going on with that? I would love to know. Next story is about the former 1998 Miss Universe, Leanne Dowding, I believe is how you say her name. She actually pointed out that the two of them, their behavior, in her words, is, quote, really gross and unroyal. Good for her speaking up, because in this woke climate, anybody who goes against anything is usually in big trouble. I love this woman's guts. What she said is that the way these two have done things left a bad taste in her mouth, and now she doesn't believe that the two of them ever wanted privacy. Spot on comment. Next story. Most of you remember this article which came out where they signed their Netflix deal in September of 2020. They promised all this content and all this stuff, and so far, word is every project that Meghan pitched was a vanity project, and Netflix has been going, no. And it appears that so far, the only thing that they've got in the pipeline is about the Invictus Games, which is an idea that Harry stole from the Warrior Games here in the United States. But what I find really disgusting is he's going to make money off of the backs of wounded servicemen. I don't understand why they're letting him do this. I'm shocked. But anyway, moving on to the point of this story. These two are now being blasted on what people are seeing as their last ditch bid to salvage their Netflix deal. Because after all, next month they will have had this deal for a year and they've done nothing. So how are they trying to salvage? Oh, and before I give you that information, I should also let you know that the Apple Television thing that he did with Oprah only got a 2-star review. It got panned. Well, they're trying to pull themselves out of the hole by hiring a young lady named Nishika Kumbal. I hope I'm saying that correctly. She is going to be the senior vice president of scripted television for Archwell Productions, which is who made the deal with Netflix. Now, I find this interesting that they hired her now, and this is why. Yes, there is a rumor going around that Harry and Meghan are being sidelined in their own production company. They're basically handing over the reins of the production company to Ben Browning along with this young lady they just hired, and they're letting them work with Netflix, and the two of them are stepping back. It would seem that Harry and Meghan have been shown to be sucking at the job and are unable to hand over the content that they swore to Netflix they would. I have no trouble believing that. All right, moving on. We have all heard the story. They want the baby christened at Windsor Castle. And, they asked the Queen for the christening gown and the Queen said no. And then they're requesting these things. And the last report that I read said that Charles and the Queen were reading the mood of the country, and the country didn't want to pay for a christening for this child. Well, it could just be a PR Saks move. It probably is. But the story out today is that Meghan and Prince Harry's daughter will be christened at Windsor next month when Harry flies back for the big Diana party in September. Meghan and the kids are going too. That's what's being reported. The article says that they are not taking no for an answer, that it's Harry who's really more insistent on it because he doesn't want Lily to be the only one christened outside the United Kingdom. He wants the same venue that Archie had. He wants the gown. And he thinks that since Queen Elizabeth just loves him, she's going to give it to him. We shall see. I will be very interested to see what happens if she actually flies over in September. I will find that very interesting. All right, it's Fin update time. And I don't know if you can see in these pictures, he decided to sleep on the floor, but he covered himself up with the curtain. I don't know if you guys can see him behind there. And then when I went over to get a closer picture, he woke up and he sat up. But I've noticed he still, you guys know how he hides under the blanket sometimes. I just noticed he still seems to want to hide all the time. Any thoughts from anybody on why this is happening and what we can do to help him would be greatly appreciated. As usual, I would love to hear your comments on all of the topics we covered today. Do you guys think Meghan Markle has the smoothest voice you've ever heard that's perfect for podcasts? Do you guys believe that she and Harry are as ruthless as they're saying they are? Do you believe they had to hire this person for the scripted stuff for Netflix and that Netflix basically told the two of them to step aside because they can't produce anything? And do you believe that the baby will be christened in September when they return to the UK for the Diana statue unveiling? Don't forget to leave your thoughts below. You can email me. You can follow me on Twitter. Don't forget about that coffee fund. And as always, you guys, have a great day.